Hey, what is up everybody, Blue Ghost here, and here we are back for some more Titanfall 2. Operation Frontier Shield has been the best update that has come for this game so far, but what I really love more about this update, well I mean obviously I love Frontier Defense so dang much, but what makes me love this patch even more is the pilot changes. Obviously, when I read the patch notes, I was a little bit worried because the SMG damage nerf when it comes to medium and longer ranges, but it turns out it's actually not that bad. Well, I mean, coming from the alternator, because the alternator has such a big amount of damage output that it puts onto your opponents, it's not really that noticeable for the alternator, which is what I'm proud of. I've been trying to use the car, and the car is a little bit more difficult to use because the aim assist does not lock on to pilots more often, but it turns out I can actually use the alternator still pretty decently without that huge aim assist helping hand that you get from the game normally. But this patch I absolutely love. Now when it came to aim assist pre-patch, it was definitely the most annoying thing to deal with because when it comes to assault rifles have the strongest amount of aim assist, and pretty much like no matter how fast you're moving on the wall, the aim assist is still able to track you down, and then the player is still able to get the kill because the aim assist helped them so much during that kill. And now that that has changed, the aim assist won't be able to help the player a lot more than it used to be. They'll have to use more of the raw skill with the controller in order to get a kill. And I love that I can use more of my raw skill when it comes to aiming on the controller to get kills, because now this even gives me more time to practice my aiming skills on console because the aim assist is not as strong anymore. And I definitely love this change. It's making me practice much more with the controller to aim, and I definitely know that I'm going to become a way better player than I used to be when pre-patch and everything, and I just absolutely love that. This will even help a lot more people get better with their raw skill when it comes to aiming on a controller, because I definitely know that a lot of the top players, people like me, when it comes to being like better at the game, and even players that just want to improve at the game, this is definitely the best patch that has come, because this will help players get better with aiming with their raw skill on the controller, like I said before, and I just absolutely love this patch. It's absolutely amazing. Now, Frontier Defense. What do I think about it? Frontier Defense is absolutely amazing. I just absolutely love it. I love everything about it, and I just love grinding my heart out when it comes to playing as my favorite Titans to get all those upgrades, and just to see how satisfying it is to use them all against your against the waves of Remnant Fleet forces. And I'll definitely be able to try to record a video on insane difficulty to see if I can complete it, but that might not happen anytime soon because I'm going to need to build up a team where we have like all max Aegis ranks to see if we can have our maximum effectiveness to our full potential. Right now I have Blaze as level 20. Which he now has explosive barrels. The explosive barrels are really awesome. They trigger an initial explosion when you set them off. It's pretty dang awesome. The damage is pretty good on him, and then just taking initial damage from the fire, and it's just freaking amazing. My Legion's at level 16. I plan to make him at level 20 because it's gonna be so good using all of his kits at once, and to just freaking kill nuke titans through Doomsday. It's just absolutely beautiful when you pull that off. And then the third Titan that I'm going to be maining on Frontier Defense would have to be Tone. I know what you're thinking. Why are you using Tone, Blue Ghost? I thought you hated Tone. Well, I hated Tone. You know, I obviously hated Tone before she was, you know, nerfed and everything. But Tone is actually very, very useful in Frontier Defense because when she's upgraded enough, her Sonar Pulse can cause teammates to deal 25% more damage to marked enemies, which is probably one of the best things that Tone has. You're going to want to be able to deal as much damage as possible to your enemies, especially when it comes to nuke titans, because nuke titans are probably one of the most problematic things that comes to Frontier Defense and everything. And also arc titans. You're going to want to be able to have that additional damage to use to your advantage, because it's probably the best advantage that you're ever going to get. And that's where Tone comes into very useful. So I'm going to be maining Tone as my third main in Frontier Defense, so I can mark targets for my teammates to kill because they'll be able to deal more damage to them, and it's just absolutely amazing. What type of team composition would be the best for Frontier Defense? I would have to pick Scorch, Legion, Tone, and Monarch. Legion because he can deal so much damage to Titans in general, and his power shot is very, very helpful when it comes to the close range Executioner upgraded power shot, where you can kill nuke Titans through Doomsday and they don't even detonate at all. And in general, he's just the guy to just deal a bunch of damage to Titans when it comes to a smart core. And when you get the final upgrade, which will allow you to use Hidden Compartment, Enhanced Ammo Capacity, Sensory Array, then it's just going to be extremely devastating on the Frontier when you're coming in to play Frontier Defense. Scorch, because he does a crap ton of damage to a targeted area with the Thermite traps, and he can just deal with so much enemies at once when it comes to his Flame Core, his fire damage in general, his Firewall, like pretty much everything that he's got is just, he's just able to dish out a ton of damage, and it's just amazing. Not to mention that his Flame Core is also able to kill a Nuke Titan through Doom State if their health is low enough. They won't be able to detonate once this happens as well, which is just absolutely beautiful. Monarch, because if you build her correctly, you're going to be able to give your teammates shielding, and shielding is definitely probably the most helpful thing that you can give your teammates, because Titans are probably the best things to have when it comes to Frontier Defense, and without Titans, you're not going to be able to make it far. And when you have Monarch shielding on your team, then it's going to be very, very helpful, because your Titans are going to be able to survive longer. And she's also able to keep herself healthy when it comes to Energy Thief, because if she gets a lot of executions, she's able to heal herself back up, and she can stay healthy, and she can keep giving you guys shields. And not to mention that her smoke screen, when it's upgraded, it'll give your Titan shield, which is going to be absolutely amazing. And Tone, because Tone is able to mark enemies so that your teammates can deal additional damage. And not to mention that her 40mm tracker cannon actually does quite a bit of damage. And you can even upgrade its ammo capacity to be double than it was before, so it can have 24 shots instead of 12 shots. And then when it comes to her final upgrade, her rocket salvo is able to fire more missiles. But overall, she's just very useful for when it comes to having your team deal way more damage than there needs to be done when it comes to marking enemies. It's just amazing how she's able to just, you know, help out your team in such a nice way. So yeah, my mouth is nearly dry from explaining that, but I hope I made some sense to you guys. I'm just enjoying this patch. I'm trying to play some more games of pilots versus pilots or attrition. Interesting news, attrition is kind of starting to piss me off a little bit, because I hate having the fact of having to deal with Titans and pilots at the same time. And when it comes to getting spawn killed by Titans, it's annoying. And it sometimes feels a little bit weird killing a pilot with a Titan, because I feel like I just overpowered them in such a weird way that I killed them with one shot and everything. Which is why I love pilots versus pilots a lot more, because you get to test your skills against a lot more pilots, and you'll be able to get a lot more satisfying multi-kills, which is why I love it. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this patch, and I'm just definitely enjoying it. I'm going to be seeing you guys later when I complete Frontier Defense on Master Difficulty and Insane Difficulty, once I get my Titans up to my maximum potential that I like them to be. So anyways, be sure to leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Don't forget you can follow me on my Twitter, which is @BlueGhost136, and you can also join the Purple Army Discord hosted by Iniquity himself, where you can talk to Iniquity, me, or anybody else in the Purple Army community. Alrighty everybody, my name is Blue Ghost, and I will see you guys later. Peace!